Tonight we will talk about mirrors. Not the silvered glass that hangs on the wall, but the living mirrors we carry with us every day. It's the eyes of other people. Have you ever scrolled through the curated lives on a social media feed? The perfect vacation, the new promotion, the flawless relationship, and felt a strange, quiet diminishing of your own life? A feeling that you are being measured against a reflection and are somehow coming up short. Have you ever walked into a room and felt your awareness shift from your own experience to a single, anxious question? What do they think of me? This is one of the most subtle and profound struggles of modern life. The feeling that our own identity is a performance, a reaction, a reflection in 1,000 different mirrors. It is an exhausting, endless project of managing the gazes of others. If you have ever felt trapped in this exhausting cycle of comparison, or felt that your own sense of self is a blurry composite of what you think others see, then this journey is for you. We will explore the profound wisdom of Simone de Beauvoir to understand the invisible prison of the other. This is a path not just to stop comparing, but to discover a revolutionary way of being. A self that is not defined by contrast, but is sourced from its own deep, authentic core. If you are ready to reclaim your gaze and discover the amazing, utterly unique experience of being simply yourself, I invite you to imagine a space where there are no mirrors. A space where you can let go of all the gazes of others and for the first time perhaps feel the quiet, solid weight of your own presence. Simone de Beauvoir made a profound observation about the structure of our societies. She saw that dominant groups often establish their own identity as the default, the self, or the subject. Anyone who deviates from that norm is then cast in the role of the other. While she applied this with piercing clarity to the experience of women in a patriarchal world, the pattern itself is a fundamental human tendency. We do this with race, with culture, with social class, and most intimately, we do it to each other and to ourselves every single day. Imagine you are trying to understand what it means to be you. Our first instinct is often to find a point of contrast. We hold up a mirror to someone else and define ourselves by what we see. If they are extroverted, we are introverted. If they are successful in a conventional way, we are either a failure or an artistic rebel. If their life looks perfect online, ours feels messy and inadequate. In this dynamic, we have given them the power of the subject. They are the standard, and we have accepted the role of the other, the one who is defined only in relation to them. Our own identity becomes a shadow, a reflection, a reaction. We have, in essence, handed over the authorship of our own being to an external gaze. What does it truly feel like to live your life as the other? It is to live in a state of constant, low-grade self-consciousness. It is the experience of living life on the defensive. It is the feeling of crafting the perfect witty comment, not from a place of spontaneous joy, but from a place of wanting to appear witty. It is the act of choosing an outfit not based on what makes you feel comfortable and alive, but on what you think will project the correct image for the people you are about to see. It is the exhausting calculus of editing your own thoughts and feelings before you speak to ensure they are acceptable to the group. To live this way is to be haunted by a question that is not your own. You walk through the world, and the silent question that follows you, like a shadow, is not, "What do I want to experience?" but "How am I being experienced?" This is the prison of the borrowed gaze. Your center of gravity is not within your own body, but somewhere outside of you, in the perceived judgment of others. You become a hollow vessel, waiting to be filled by the approval or disapproval of the outside world. And that hollowness, that quiet ache of inauthenticity, is one of the deepest and most unspoken pains of the human condition. But wait, a voice of reason might interrupt here. Aren't we social creatures? Don't we need others to understand ourselves? Don't we learn by imitation, find belonging in shared identity, and grow by having role models? This is a beautiful and important truth. De Beauvoir was not advocating for a life of lonely isolation. She was not suggesting we ignore others or pretend we don't need connection. That would be another kind of prison. The trap is not the existence of other people. The trap is when we grant those other people the sovereign power to define our essence. The pitfall is when the mirror becomes our master, instead of simply being a tool. Yes, we learn from others, but there is a world of difference between being inspired by another's courage and defining your own life by your lack of it. There is a difference between appreciating another's path and feeling that their path is the only valid one. The crucial distinction is not about connection versus isolation. It is about subjectivity versus objectivity. Are you the active, creative subject of your own life, or are you a passive object being defined by the world around you? The path to liberation, then, is not to smash all the mirrors and retreat from the world. The path is to become so deeply engaged in your own life that the reflections of others begin to lose their power. Simone de Beauvoir, following the existentialist tradition, argued that we must define ourselves through our projects. A project is not just a task or a career. It is your chosen, active engagement with the world. It is what you pour your freedom into. Your project could be raising a child with consciousness. It could be mastering a craft. It could be creating a beautiful garden. It could be the fight for justice. It could be the simple daily project of becoming a kinder, more aware person. When you are deeply absorbed in your own project, a profound shift occurs. Your central question is no longer, "How do they see me?" It becomes, "How can I best bring this project to life?" Your center of gravity pulls back from the outside world and settles deep within your own being. You stop being a passive object to be viewed, and you become an active, creative subject. You are no longer a reflection in their mirror. You are a source of light. Your actions are born not from a place of reaction, but from a place of intention. This is the heart of authenticity. It is the experience of your inner world and your outer actions being in beautiful, powerful alignment. The journey to this freedom is the work of a lifetime. It is the daily practice of catching yourself when you are looking for your reflection in another's eyes, and gently, compassionately bringing your gaze back home to yourself. I invite you to hold a final powerful image in your mind. Imagine yourself standing in a vast, echoing hall of mirrors. On every wall, countless reflections stare back at you. One is the reflection of who your parents wanted you to be. Another is the reflection of your professional role. Another is the curated, idealized reflection from social media. Another is the reflection of your own past self with all its mistakes. It is a dizzying, disorienting place. Now feel within you the courageous choice to stop looking. Feel your feet turn away from the mirrored walls. You walk past all the distorted reflections, all the borrowed gazes, all the projections that are not you. You walk towards a single, large, open window. As you reach it, you feel a cool, fresh night breeze on your skin. You are not looking at yourself anymore. You are simply looking out at the world from the solid center of your own being. You see the vast, starry sky. You are a part of it, not a reflection of it. The moon does not ask what the stars think of its light. It simply shines. You are the moon. Your light is your own.